Hello, I'm Blaise, one of the two co-founders of Nictel, and I'm here to present you our activity and our product. So let's begin by presenting briefly our activity. So what we do at Nictel. It's a French startup we created 3 years ago with my partner, where we developed digital asset analytics tool to help traditional financial players to better understand what's happening on the decentralized financial web and to be used as investment decision-making tools. So we want to better monitor the overall development and business performance of crypto assets and decentralized application, and to make it easy to understand from players out of the space for them to seize the investment opportunities in this emerging industry. So how we do it? So we basically have developed quite a sophisticated analytics process based on behavioral modeling to monitor the value creation related to digital assets. So it's a tool already used by more than 300 professional investors and early adopters that have registered on our platform. And it's basically a due diligence and an investment decision aiding software suite for professional investors. So we analyze the fundamental driver of an asset value. We monitor investment behaviors around major decentralized networks. We measure the wealth concentration, and all these indicators are made to fuel your thinking, your due diligence thinking, and to refine your investment strategy when willing to have a position in this space. So we know that it's hard to have a common reading grid to analyze different decentralized applications that often have some very complex usage modalities. All of these applications are very different from each other, and it's at the end hard to compare this asset using some standardized metrics. So that's what we are answering. It's the issue we are trying to solve with our behavioral modeling approach. So we aim at providing a standardized framework to analyze and compare digital assets between each other. And at the end, our tool is made to classify assets, to benchmark what other investors are doing, and to be able to rate and rank this specific asset regarding some interesting performance indicator. So it's something we have been developing since the last 3 years. This behavioral modeling engine is fueled by some AI and machine learning techniques. So we have been awarded the Jury Grand Prize in a major French innovation competition in 2019, supported by the French Minister of Research and the French Public Investment Bank, which is one of our lead investors with Outlier Venture, the well-recognized crypto VC based in the United Kingdom. So this unique analytics approach, we define it as a mix between what Bloomberg and Google Analytics are doing in the traditional finance and in the traditional web. So it's quantitative analytics. It's a similarity with Bloomberg, but it's behavioral modeling. We are analyzing what user and investor are doing. And if you are an application provider, that's where you could see the parallel with Google Analytics, because we help you to understand what your user and investor base is doing, how they interact with your product, how they interact with your assets. And all of these indicators are available through our software as a service platform, but also through our API services for you to either use it as investment decision aiding dashboards, or to extract the data and to process it, for instance, with some complex algorithmic trading strategy. But let's switch back to the platform itself to give you an overview of how it looks like and how you could use it. So when you register to our platform, and you can do it directly on the website, you will enjoy a 30-day free trial. You will land on this comparative dashboard where we basically display all the assets we are covering. So for now, it's a top 15 DeFi assets, and we will keep adding new assets on a recurring basis. So for now, we are only plugged on Ethereum, but other protocols are coming, other assets are coming. For instance, Ether will be live probably by the early next month, and after we'll begin to cover Bitcoin or other proof of stake chains, etc. So we basically add new assets regarding what investors want to monitor. And in this comparative dashboard, so you can see some very classical market metrics, also some easy to understand on-chain metrics for you to rate and rank the asset regarding what you are willing to see. For now, it's still quite simple, but in the future, we will add more complex indicators here. for it to be used, yes, as a rating and ranking system, and to compare all these different assets using some very interesting behavioral metrics. So let's see for now what this behavioral metrics looks like. So as I said, it's a behavioral modeling engine. So we process on-chain transactional data and we label wallets regarding their major transactional patterns. So here on this homepage, we have defined 4 major investor behavior. So there is holders that are wallets with a fixed balance and a residual on-chain volume or balance evolution here on a weekly basis, but you can do it on a daily, monthly, or on other time window. Then we have what we call speculators, where the main transactional pattern is about on-chain volume, and incoming or outgoing investors, which are basically increasing or decreasing their position, and where the balance evolution is the main transactional pattern compared to the balance or the on-chain volume. So it's kind of a modeling and interpretative system, which means there is some hypothesis behind. And if you go to the setting tab when browsing our interface, you will be able to play with this hypothesis and the parameters we use to model the activity of wallet. So at first, you can exclude or not some wallet within the community. By default, we are excluding all wallets that belong to centralized exchange platform because we know they have a very specific behaviors, and we don't want to label them in the same way that we are labeling the rest of the community. But you could apply our analytics on all wallets, or just choose a custom outlier wallet list to process our analytics on a very specific subgroup of a given community. And then you can also play with our own definition of what is a holder, what is an investor, what is a speculator. So for instance, here, a holder is a wallet with a fixed balance at plus or minus 10% and a residual on-chain volume, so inferior to 20% of its balance. For instance, I have 100 tokens at the beginning of the week. At the end of the week, I have 110 tokens with an on-chain volume around 20 tokens. I keep being a holder. But if I add slightly more tokens, I will become an incoming investor. And if I trade slightly more tokens, I will become a speculator. That's the type of definition we are using. It's fully flexible. You can change and adapt it through our interface on API services. And for each specific behaviors, we resegment them using some size or intensity parameters. So for holder, we resegment them regarding the size of their balance. For investors, the intensity of their balance evolution, and for speculators, the intensity in terms of on-chain volume. Again, here, everything is fully configurable. You would be able to add some category, to remove some, or to change the frontiers and the way we define what is a micro holder, what is a little holder, etc. But let's go back to the token page and let's see how we can use these interpretative models to better understand what's happening behind major DeFi tokens and how we can efficiently compare tokens network between each other. So each network has a very specific behavioral footprint. No tokens are the same way to emit a token, are the same distribution schemes, and are the same attractivity or dynamic. And looking at this data is really a powerful way to better understand how the community is constituted, how it's evolving, and how much it is attractive. So when browsing the different tokens available, we can see that we have very different investor footprint behind major DeFi assets. Some are really well balanced, which is a positive sign in our mind because we want to have quite a good equilibrium between all these 4 major investment patterns and between all the subsegments for each behavioral pattern. So for instance, it's important to have a significant holder community. It means that long-term investors are believing in the value creation of an asset. It's important to have some speculators because it means it's a popular asset in terms of trading activity. And it's important to have both incoming and outgoing investors, which means there is some new investors that are attracted by the promise of the project, but also some early investors that are progressively cashing out from their position, meaning there is some churn rate around on this specific network. So we are looking at assets that are well balanced, that are progressing well on all these dimensions, and it's not always the case for each asset. So if you look at some assets that have a very specific way to emit their token. So for instance, Uniswap with their huge initial airdrop. So you can precisely see, okay, how many wallets have sold their token after the airdrop, how many wallets kept them and became then some holder, and how it's evolving. So basically, how efficient the initial distribution scheme have been, and how attractive the network has become all along the development of the project. And as I said, each network has a different way to emit their token. Each network has a very different attractivity regarding retail or wealthy investors. And all of this, you can monitor it precisely thanks to our tools, thanks to our interface. And that's where it's becoming really powerful to compare assets between each other and to have a sense of, okay, what's happening on this network. So here we have been mainly looking at this graphic until now, but let's browse the other page because there is also a highly interesting indicator there. So basically for each behavioral pattern, we are monitoring some specific metrics. So for holders, how many tokens are held by this long-term investor. For speculator, how many on-chain volumes they produced compared to the overall on-chain activity. And for incoming and outgoing investors, how much they increase or decrease their balance. And all these specific indicators, you can find them back in the different page of our dashboard. So for instance, let's browse the investor page where we can have a sense of, okay, how holders are behaving, how much token they held, and how it's distributed between the different subsegments of our holder category. We have quite the same visualization for incoming investors. So here you can see who is consolidating his position or who is entering the market and what are their respective buying pressure. So it's really interesting to see, okay, who is buying at which time and how it's affecting the price. Quite the same for outgoing investors. So with this subsegment regarding how much wallet are label as such, and how much selling pressure do they provide on this specific network. So that's where it's really helpful and efficient as the investment decision aiding tools. And this data with a small granularity can also increase trading performance when you are doing some algorithmic trading. So also quite interesting data. Last tab here, it's about our wealth concentration indicators. So we basically display the percentage of wallet within a given community that hold either 99% of the token in circulation or 90% of the token in circulation. So again, if you compare the wealth concentration behind all the assets you are covering, you will see that there is a lot of differences, and it's highly interesting to measure the health and the promise behind a given asset. So with this sidebar, you can play with the window period, the granularity. You can basically compute our indicators in USD referential or in terms of number of tokens. So for instance, here we display the amount of token held by this holder, but we can choose to display the value in terms of dollar. You could display or not behavioral categories, the personal categories, so basically the subsegment for each behavioral pattern. And we have also a residual activity behavioral group. So for holders, it's all holder with less than $10 or 10 tokens in their balance, depending if you are in USD referential or not. For incoming investors, it's wallets that are adding less than 10 tokens on their balance. For outgoing investor, wallets that are removing less than 10 tokens, etc. Again, it's something you can define by your own in the setting page. So as you see, it's really interesting to have this data. It's really helpful to measure the health, the attractivity, and the potential of this wallet. For now, the best way to use the product is to browse the different dashboards and to analyze, to compare the data between these different assets and to identify from your own investment thesis what are the most promising one. In the future, we will make our comparative dashboard evolve for it to be the interface to be used by default by our user, and where you will find some in-house rating and ranking system where you will be able to compare all these assets using all the sophisticated metrics that are available on the token home page. So the product will evolve in the future with new assets arriving, new protocol covered, and new indicators available on the product. So I hope you will like it. I hope it will be helpful for you as a professional investor to take some strategic decision. If you want to consult more teaching resources, we have a blog where there is many interesting to consult product tutorial, vision on our development roadmap, our development thesis. There also is some interesting case study where we explain better this concept of behavioral footprint, how we are using it internally to screen these different assets and to identify the most promising one, etc. So yeah, have a look at these resources. Do not hesitate to give us feedback. We are always happy to discuss with our community. And if you are looking to use the product or if you are willing to collaborate with us, you can get back to us. So my contact is blaise.cavalli@nictal.io. So you can reach out to me or to the rest of the team to discuss it and to see how we could collaborate together in the future. So I hope you liked this presentation and this demo. And yeah, I hope to talk to you soon. Have a good day. Bye.